Let's go, people.
Yeah.
Back by popular demand.
You heard?
It's the barber and the better.
We back.
We amped right now. We just sweating out a bet. Just hit a 9-leg college parlay. $20 into a band. We'll show you guys. We'll post it later so you can see it. Follow us, man. We know the way. Let's get into last week, man. The last games, or not last week. Last game, we almost hit them all, man. You know what I mean?
We did, man. We was missing one leg on each. Your boy had faith in Gino, man. What am I gonna do, man? You know, sometimes you gotta go with your gut. It let me down. But if you were smart, you hedged your bet. Take that 3.5 off. We still hit 5 out of 6 legs. Got ourselves a winner. Can't be mad at that.
There you go, 5 out of 6. You can't be mad at that. I gave you guys 4 basically plays. I told you 49ers big. That hit. Then on the parlay, I got overthought it too much. Everybody was going Kittles. Everybody talking Kittles. You know how it is. Everybody who plays fantasy knows how it is. You take the guy out the lineup, he goes off. I should have kept Kittles in there. I did personally hedge my bet. I had one with Debo the same way, but Charbonnet paid off first half. Jackson Smith and Jigba hit. 3 out of 4, man. Can't hit them all, but not bad. Not a bad night overall for us.
We live to see another day. So let's get into the games for this week.
Game 1, Jacksonville, plus 1.5, over under 44.5. Any thoughts on this one?
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I guess if you asking, I would take the Jags plus the 1.5, but I plan on getting some sleep tomorrow, man. There's really nothing exciting about this game for me. I do like Brian Thomas to go over his receiving yards, but other than that, there's not really much I'm touching.
I get that, man. It's pretty. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a degenerate. I'll be watching that. You know.
I'll be in bed with the screen on, you know.
But anything. I like the Brian Robinson too. I think that's a good play. They're depleted in the secondary. The Bears' run defense is good. They're missing Stevenson as the corner. They're missing Brisker as safety. Excuse me. Brisket. But I think Brian Robinson, that should be a good play. I'll go with that. Moving on, Washington, plus 6.5, over under 51.5. This is the big game everybody's talking about. What do you think?
I like Washington to cover the 6.5, man. You know, I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. You know, we were talking earlier. You were saying that you thought it was going to be the same. Everybody's going hype on the over. Everybody's hyping up Jaden Daniels. And while the kid's an amazing talent, for some reason, you know, when the public starts going crazy on one way, it usually seems to calm down. So I like him to cover the 6.5 in a low-scoring game, maybe like a 13-10, something like that.
And I like Baltimore to cover, but I like the score to be lower. I think Cincinnati was an outlier, that shootout. That's why everybody's thinking that. Baltimore doesn't want to play that game with Lamar. Baltimore wants to run the rock. They want to give it to King Henry. That's going to slow things down. That should be a low-scoring game. To play it safe, though, I'm going to go for the 51.5. I'm going to play it up to 52.5. It's still only minus 136. I just think that 52 is a common number that the game's hit on. I just want to get burnt by the hook like that. So I'm going to throw it in the parlay. We'll show you later, but that's going to be one of my plays. Game 3, Tampa Bay, minus 3.5. Over-under is 42.5. I like Tampa, minus 3.5. I just don't see how Spencer Ratliff is going to do anything against them. Ratliff was an average quarterback in college. So what is he going to do against that defense? Todd Bowles eats rookies alive. It doesn't even make, he's going to, a play I got on that, I say go with Ratliff over the rushing, 14.5 rushing yard. He's going to be running scared for his life. I also like Godwin, which I'll show. I'm going to throw these into a parlay later, but I like Godwin over the 5.5 receptions. They're gonna lock up or try to lock up Evans. That should open up opportunities for Godwin. I think you agree with that.
Yeah, actually, I love the Bucks minus 3.5 this week. I think it's gonna be a smoke show. The same way you was on the Niners last week, I'm on the Bucks this week. I know that Marshawn Lattimore usually has his way with Mike Evans, so I'm looking for a huge Chris Godwin game today. I'm really liking the Bucks. I'm taking the minus the 3.5, no question. Godwin all day.
Moving on, Game 4, Cleveland, plus 8.5, over under 42.5. Any thoughts on this?
I hate this game. I don't like this game at all. It's a 8.5 with an Eagles team. I know they're getting Devontae Smith and AJ Brown back. I don't trust them. I like a Barkley tutty. That's about the only thing I'm touching on this game, and that's how I feel about that one.
As long as Hurst don't come in and snipe him for the TD, you know he does those with the tush push. Every time you need, you'd be like, oh, I need Saquon, and then here come Hurst. But on that game, I actually like Cleveland plus the 8.5. I don't think they're gonna win, but I just don't see Philly really blowing anybody out this year, so I like that. Plus, they might come off slow off the bye, so I'll go with that. Moving forward, Game 5, Indianapolis plus 2.5. Over/under is 42.5. What you think?
I like the Colts plus the 2.5. I just think the Titans are absolutely ass. I don't have any faith in that team at all. I think Will Levis is a scrub. The way he plays looks like he's shaving points out there. It's ugly. It's like he's itching to turn the ball over. I take the Colts plus the 2.5, especially if Flacco comes in at some point in this game. I'm running to it. So that's how I'm feeling about this one. What you thinking?
I like Indy either way. I don't know that's good. If it's Levis, it's run to the window, but I think it's actually might be Rudolph. Because remember, he came in the end of the game, he started moving the ball.
Okay, yeah.
So if Mason Rudolph plays, then they got a better chance. But I still like Indy. My best play in this game, though, if I had to pick, is going to be the over. This game's going to go over. Richardson's going to start chucking the ball. He's going to be running all over the place. Indy's got no pass rush. They basically guys got all day to throw on them. I think this game's going to go over 42.5 easy. That's my best play on that game. Game 6, Houston minus 6.5. Over/under 37.5. What do you think?
I like the Texans to cover. They're going to have Drake May starting over there in New England. Their offensive line is trash, even though all I keep hearing is that this is the second week they're going to have this same offensive line unit together. I mean, big whoop. I don't see them. I mean, if you know what I'm saying, if they couldn't protect Jacoby Brissett, what are they going to do with Drake May? It's a rookie. You know, the coach over there in Houston is an absolute beast with the defense. I just don't see it being a good day for New England. I'm going to take the Texans minus the 6.5. And I'm going to run with it. I
agree. Basically, man, I think Houston's going to smoke them. Like, I'm with you, like I was saying with the 49ers, go big. Like, they're due Houston to have a Houston-Texans game with Strauss chucking it all over the field. You know what I mean? He hasn't been doing that. And then also Drake May, again. Drake May never wowed me in college. Like, I watch a lot of college football. I've seen a lot of North Carolina games. They're playing in the ACC. They're not playing SEC opponents. And he still never shined. Like, Drake May never looked like an NFL player against college players out on the field. I'm not really thinking. I don't think he got the weapons to carry it. No Ramon Stevenson. I think Houston got this by 7. But when I play it, I am going to move it down to 5.5 just because 6 is a weird number sometimes in these games. So it'll be another one I'm adding to the parlay, but it'll be at 5.5 when I play it. Moving on, game 7, Arizona plus 5.5, over/under 47.5. What's your thoughts, Jet?
I like the Arizona plus the 5.5. I don't think they're gonna win, but I think they could cover. I think they could keep it close. Their offense is good enough. We haven't really seen the Packers defense. I know they got I know they got McKinley from the Giants. He's been getting interceptions, but they've been giving up points. I think they held the Rams kind of low last week, but other than that, you know, they were in a shootout with the Vikings. They've been in a couple of situations where they've given up a lot of points. I think that the Cardinals have a good enough offense with Kyler Murray. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, can get his opportunities. Trey McBride is back. James Conner, you know, he's going to get his. I think that they're going to do fine. So I think that they'll cover. I don't think that they'll win. I would take Green Bay money line, but if we're talking spreads, I would take the Cardinals with the points.
All right. I'm going Green Bay with the 5.5. I think Arizona's overrated. I don't think that they're as good as a lot of people hyped them from the beginning of the season, and they're still just riding on that. Everybody was on the Kyler Murray hype train. He started off high, gave you some fantasy numbers, but no wins that equal those. I think Green Bay's a better team. Green Bay, they're talking about as a Super Bowl contender this year. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's saying that about Arizona. So I like Green Bay, especially at home. Who knows what the weather's going to be like going from Arizona. I like Green Bay on that one. Moving into the 4 o'clock window now. We got Chargers -3, over/under 35.5. That's a low over/under. Huh? What do you think about that game?
I think it's a low over/under because I think I'm not. I don't got the stats with me, but the Chargers are on a high-scoring team this year. The Broncos had a high-scoring game against Tampa Bay that week, but they're all defense. Because Bo Nix doesn't, the same way you feel about Drake May, I feel about Bo Nix. He hasn't impressed me in the NFL at all. I know he put up numbers at Oregon, but he hasn't impressed me in the NFL. Their defense is lights out, though. I will give them that. Patrick Surtain is a savage, and none of these receivers in Los Angeles have proven themselves. I know they got Justin Herbert, and he's a beast, but I like the Broncos to cover the 3 strictly because of the defense.
All right. See, I like the Chargers. I'm just thinking that Denver won't have any really offense, like you're saying, to muster up. So even if the Chargers can get 17 points, they should be able to pull it off and cover. And I like Harbaugh. I think he's a good coach, especially coming off a bye. You got Herbert got an extra week there to rest his ankle up, so if he comes out a little better. Plus the whole thing is all new, the Harbaugh game. You know what I mean? They're still the first season together, so sometimes coming off a bye, you get to work out some of the little kinks. So I like Chargers in that. Moving on, game 9 on the slate. Pittsburgh -3. Over under 36.5. What are you thinking?
I like Pittsburgh -3, man. Justin Fields is out here. Russell's back, so he's going to feel that. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be pressure on him, but I don't think he's done anything to lose his job. So I think he's going to go out there. I think he's going to play his game. And honestly, nobody on the Raiders wants to play football. You know what I'm saying? Devontae Adams got his hamstring injury. Yeah. That shit going to miraculously clear up when he get traded. Yeah. So I take Pittsburgh just off the fact that the Raiders don't want to be here.
Do you see that quote too? I don't know if it was real. Don't quote me, but it said on social media. Max Crosby said, "If you
it's a package deal, right? Yeah, I seen that.
And that's what
I'm saying. Nobody want to be there, man. Hey, Jets need pass rushing. You heard?
Yeah,
get a package.
And what's his name? Fields knows that Russell's on his heels. He's coming back now. He ain't trying to give up that job. Like Fields feels like that's his job. He deserves it. He need to go prove it. I like Pittsburgh -3. That should be easy. I don't really got much more to add in that game. You?
Nah. Let's get it.
All right. Game 10. Atlanta -6.5. Over under 46.5. What's your thoughts?
I like the Panthers to cover the 6.5 just because, the Red Rocket's back. He's slinging that thing. Oz. And I think, I don't know, man. The Falcons have a good offense. The defense coming into the season, people were talking about, is supposed to be good. They got Jesse Bates. And I like what I'm seeing, but they gave up a ton of points to Tampa Bay last week. I think that this Panthers offense, since Andy Dalton came in, has had a spark. Deontay Johnson is a WR1 again. I think that they can keep up with the Falcons offense enough to cover. The 6.5, I like it.
Got you. Same here, man. I don't know why. I'll be honest with you. I don't got no stats to give you. I can't tell you. Carolina's ass. Everybody knows it. I just feel like Atlanta's been getting by the skin of their teeth. Some of them wins, like the Saquon drop, like a lot of them games they shouldn't have won. Even the last game against Tampa really dominated that game. They just caught fire in the fourth quarter, and then they got that touchdown in overtime to take over the game. So I really don't, like I said, it's just a gut feeling thing really more. But I say Carolina. I'll take the Carolina getting the 6.5 at home. Game 11 on the slate. Detroit -3. Over under 52.5 at Dallas. I don't bet on the Cowboys. I'm gonna tell you guys straight up. My play for this, if I had to, I would take Dallas getting the 3, but I'm not gonna bet on my team. I don't bet on them. I will take the over/under though, 52.5. I think they're gonna be chucking the ball. Dallas ain't gonna be able to run the ball. Detroit's gonna be able to do whatever they want. Either way, if Dallas wins, they're gonna have to score a lot of points to beat Detroit, or Detroit's gonna smoke Dallas. It's gonna be a blowout. Either way, it should be over 52.5. What you think on it?
I agree with everything that you said. I would take the Lions -3. I do agree. I think it's going to be a shootout. That Dallas defense, the run defense is absolutely horrendous. And with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs running everywhere, I agree. I'll take the Lions -3.
Then we also got to play that me and Jet like as far as the same gamer here in that game. So we got it's a 5-legger You could chop it up however you like, but the base of it is Tolbert, 45.5 receiving yards, over. Jahmyr Gibbs, over 20.5 receiving yards. Dak to throw for 2 touchdowns. Jameson Williams, over 40 yards. And I put David Montgomery in here. I'm also going to do the same bet, and I'm going to put Jahmyr Gibbs. Every time I put Montgomery in anytime touchdown, any bet, you always got to put Gibbs in it because there's a huge chance that they both score a touchdown. Then you can win both bets. But if you miss one leg because Montgomery scores and not Gibbs, it's going to drive you crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Anybody's going to be like,
I've lived it
too
many times.
So if you do this parlay the way I constructed it, it's plus 1310. If you throw Gibbs in, I think it goes down to like 1200. Either way, throw something in both ways, you won't be disappointed. On to the Sunday night game. Cincinnati against the Giants. Cincinnati minus 3.5, over under 46.5. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking the Bengals minus the 3.5, simply because if they don't win this game, their season is toast. Yeah. And I don't think that they're gonna let that happen. The Giants seem to maybe be better than we thought they would be, because we thought they were gonna be trash, but I don't buy it. I think that they've gotten by. They beat the Browns, trash. They beat the Seahawks, who have revealed themselves to be trash.
Try to tell them about Gino.
So I'm gonna take the Bengals minus 3.5, and I love Jamar Chase, man. He's on fire. I'll take Chase, yards, tutty, receptions, whatever you want. I'm going Bengals big.
All right, I think same thing, man. Giants suck. Like sometimes it's just in this time of the year, teams don't know. You're trying to figure them out. Man, the Giants is an inferior team. Like the Giants, they're garbage. Everybody knows Daniel Jones is garbage. Like, you know, he might have a game here and there. He's like Gino. Oh, Daniel Jones is really turning it on. Oh yeah, and all the Giants fans get happy. Cincinnati, Joe Burrow's gonna do him, man. The frosted tips, let's go, Jeremiah. Hit him, man. You know what I'm saying? He's going, man. I'm telling you, the Giants don't got nothing. They don't even have neighbors. So how are they gonna win without their best player? It doesn't even. To me, this would be an easy one. Add this to your parlay, man. Hit this one big. Wait till the night. Take all your winnings. Hit this one last one of the night. Hit big. Final game, Monday night slate. I got a feeling somebody might be interested in that game, right? You know what I mean? But what you thinking?
Man, you know, so similar to you, I don't like to bet on the Jets. You know, I've been a Jet fan my whole life, and if it's one thing I've learned in my lifetime is don't bet on the Jets.
And the jinx is real.
Yeah, it 1000% is. But I'm hoping for a good game, man. You know, if I had to, if it was absolutely mandatory that I make a decision, I would take the Jets to cover, only because, you know, there was a lot of change in the building this week. Head coach got fired. Hackett got demoted, thank God. You know, we'll see if... you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we got to click. You know what I'm saying? The guys in the locker room, a lot of them say they were blindsided by this. So I think that they're going to come out. I think they're going to be on fire. And the Bills haven't looked that good over the last few weeks. First 3 weeks, they were coming out, killing teams. And it's been literally the polar opposite. I haven't seen anything positive coming out of them. Josh Allen's been fine, but they're just not getting it together, man. I don't know what's going on over there, so I'm hoping that we could take advantage and come out, you know, first place in the AFC East after that. How you feeling?
I think this is another one, man. I don't know why, but I just feel like the Jets is going to win this game. Again, I don't have no stats that's going to tell you exactly why. Break it down. It's just a feeling like when the way the game's going, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to have to, everybody's talking about it, he's going to have to show up. I also think Breece Hall should be a lock for an anytime touchdown in this game. That should be easy money, but I'll take the Jets getting 2.5. I might even take them on the sprinkle something on the money line, to be honest, because I just got a feeling that that's the way it's going to go. Especially if Shakir doesn't play, then it's even worse for the Bills. What you could see last week, man, without Shakir, it looks stale, the whole offense.
Yeah, stagnant. They couldn't move the rock.
You know what I mean? They need him.
And James Cook is dealing with a turf toe situation. He might play, but that's going to affect him.
And you seen Josh Allen got knocked around last game, so who knows what that has to do with it.
And the Jets play Josh Allen good.
That's true. The Jets won Last year when Aaron Rodgers went down, they beat the Bills. Right though? You know what I mean? So they do play them tough. It's a division game. Anything can happen in those games. So that's it.
All right, y'all. For this weekend's Big Bet Jet Hail Mary, we got a 5-leg tutty parlay. We got Jaden Daniels anytime tutty, Saquon Barkley anytime tutty, Chris Godwin anytime tutty, David Montgomery anytime tutty, and Jamar Chase anytime tutty. We got plus 38.27, $10 to bring home $382. Lock it in. Thank me later. Let's go.
All right, people. For my parlay for this week, I got a 4-legger for you. It pays plus 823. First leg, Washington, Baltimore game. Go to 52.5. It's minus 136. It's worth it for that one more point. Take Houston to 5.5. It's minus 146. Again, it's worth it. Godwin over 5.5 catches. Spencer Rattler over 14.5 rush yards. $100 to get you $923. Thank me tomorrow.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Episode 2. I'm the barber. He's the better. We gave y'all a bunch of picks. You can chop them up any way that you like to. And remember, only gamble what you can afford to. Don't chase your bets. And keep it moving, man. Let's get this money.
And if you don't like our bets, it costs you nothing. Pay us no mind.